Check one, check two, 1 2 1 2. Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Brother, bro. And we're live. I think we're live. I think we are live. I think we're live. I think we're live. Let's go. Let's go, man. How you doing, man? I'll start off with a song. Happy New Year, everybody. First video of the year. Just crawling out of the muck. Radhe, Govinda. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Govinda. Now, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe. Yeah, man, welcome. I'll give myself a round of applause since I'm the only one in the room. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the program. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for listening. So, welcome to the show. It's a new year, a bright new year. Seems like the same old stories coming up. I mean, karma for people like Bill Clinton is inescapable, really. Well, there's new evidence rolling down the pipe right now that Jeffrey Epstein was named in Epstein's tobaccoles as John Doe 36, like 50 times. Right? There's 50 mentions in the court papers involving the 17-year-old that allegedly was raped by the Prince of England. So Bill Clinton is named there. Trump is named quite often as well. There's nothing that puts them. The thing about it is, and I've always said on this program, that socialites like to talk to each other and they like to commingle and mingle. And sometimes their private, doings are really unknown to anybody else. When you got $1 billion, you can get on a plane and go somewhere and do something very, very dirty and nasty and get away with it, right, for the most part, and then come back and go to your rich friends and nobody even knows what you did. So a lot of that is potentially what Bill Clinton was doing. Bill Clinton maybe, quite possibly, was innocent, right, in this debacle. Now, I say that lightly. He was on the plane, Lolita Express, many times, not necessarily flying to the island. They say, at this point, that Bill Clinton was never on Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile Lolita Island, that it was alleged that all this horrible pedophilia and child trafficking was going on the island. Although we never saw a trial for Jeffrey Epstein. Somebody either killed him in jail or he killed himself. Either way, he ended up dead in jail. So we never really know. We don't really know what went on in particular. And I got to tell you, nobody has ever come forward. For the record, maybe it's a Clinton body bag issue. I don't know, but no one has ever come forward. No young female or male has ever come forward to say that Bill Clinton raped them when they were a child. No one has ever said that. No one has ever said that about Trump. No one has ever said that about the other suspects, Bill Gates. So they're innocent till proven guilty. But the new one is Bill Clinton, right? Now Bill Clinton is a whore. We know that. Bill Clinton is not only probably a sex whore, but he's also a socialite whore. Bill will fly on anybody's plane, right? He's got nothing else to do. That's what he does. Bill Clinton is a whore. He goes around the world, and that's how he makes his connections. He makes his money. He lives free, high on the hog. He's got Jeffrey Epstein flying him to Bangkok for fucking Thai food or whatever they do when they get to Bangkok, or they go there for some young boy. Who knows? But I could tell you, in places like Bangkok, whatever happens there stays there. You'll never see a Thai hooker come out and say, Bill Clinton, big penis. Oh, yes, we give Bill Clinton tug and pull. You're not going to see it. Not going to happen, right? And if they did, so what? So that's the big story today. There's also other stuff going on in the world. I hope everybody had a good New Year, right? Nothing really changes. We are now full steam ahead. 2024 presidential election right around the corner, November, and we're in the election season now. Markets are up. Looks like they're down a little today. It's a little down. Looks like it was down on last week and certainly down a little bit today, but I'd say it's still rocking pretty high. We'll also look at the Coney Island cold plunge every year. Natives of Brooklyn jump in the frozen ocean. It was cold yesterday too, 32 degrees. And they get down to their birthday suits or their swim trunks and jump in the frozen ocean with no heat in sight. Remember, Coney Island is a public beach. You can't light a fire. You can't park a car. All right, so I don't know how the hell you warm up. I wouldn't do it that way. If I were going to jump in the ocean, to be honest, I wouldn't do it unless I had a car on the beach. You park your truck. All right, redneck style. You park your truck, right, and on the beach, and you turn it on, and you fucking, or light a fire, light a beach fire, but better in the car, right? And you crank the heat, right? And when the car's nice and hot, you jump in the ocean, right? And you get out there and you do your 10 minutes of swimming and freeze your balls off, right? And then you immediately get that wet suit off, that wet trunks off, and get in the car, and then you warm. You save yourself. But in Coney Island, there's nothing like that, right? You get out, you get there, you're cold. You take off your shit and get ready to jump in the water, and now you're freezing. Now you get in the water and you're numb. And now, how do you warm up from that? I don't know. I mean, that's to me, that's a recipe for getting sick. I wouldn't be doing that. But they do it every year. The polar bears, ongoing tradition. Also ongoing tradition over there in the Kensington area of Philadelphia. Junkies, it's not getting any better over there. Junkies are roaming around in 30-degree weather. Some of them are looking for another junkie to shoot them up in the neck because they can't shoot themselves up. And the drug epidemic, fentanyl, trank, heroin, or whatever else they're putting in that needle over there, down there in the Kensington section of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is still happening. It's still going on. There doesn't seem to be any end to that. While alcohol and marijuana is now all legal in these states, why still? Why now? Why the need to? There's something more to it. Is the point, right? If it were just a drug, then you could create a facility where people can go and get their drug on the cheap or free. It doesn't cost much. Fentanyl is dirt cheap. You can produce fentanyl in a fucking Pfizer can produce fentanyl for like 10 cents a hit if they had to, right? Or anybody else can. So why are people still living out in the street? It was curious to me, right? There's something more to that story. Also, we'll look at Joe Biden's numbers are plunging. Biden rings in New Year's Eve. Black, Hispanic, and young voters are abandoning him. Holy shit. Joe Biden had 83% of young blacks. Now he's only got like 62%. That is a massive plunge, a massive migration over to the Trump side, right? So So this notion of Democrats, all the blacks and Hispanics and all the poor people and all the fucking people with a gun to their heads, even prisoners, vote Democrat, doesn't seem so anymore. It seems like Trump is getting in front of that demographic, and we'll keep following this. Again, in my view, without the cheat, without the hit in. I don't know how Trump loses. I just see Trump as clearly more popular and clearly poised to win the 2024 election. And so thank you, everybody, for being here. Vinny Martini on the wrench. Weevil Girl is here as well, also wrenching. TJ, welcome. Thomas Robinson is here. Mad Cow Mark, Zoot Cooter, Sickle Fritz 896. Les Grossman is here as well. Mad Cow Mark, Thomas Robinson, William R. Hall, Cass Philly Camden, and everybody else is lurking. Thank you all for joining me. Spirit Child, Champs. Who else? I am Cornholio. That's a great name, man. Cornholio is here. I love it. So this is my thumbnail today. It's Bill Clinton with the many women that he has paraded himself around with. Now, these are just photos, right? There's nothing sexual about Bill Clinton, old Bill Clinton, roaming around the countryside, taking selfies with people and eating their food and hanging out in their houses and flying on their planes. We got to give Bill Clinton a pass until a young woman shows up and says, that's him, I remember him, and I know what his penis looks like. Remember they said that about Elon Musk. Someone says Elon Musk flashed his penis at them, some stewardess. And Elon Musk says, you're a liar. I have something very specific on my penis that anybody who has ever seen it would know it's there. Tell me what it is. And the woman shut the hell up. Right? So, so there's lots of accusations is the point, even surrounding Bill. Everybody would love to see Bill, to know that Bill Clinton, with all the horrors that he has inflicted on people with Hillary Clinton, and such, to coin him a pedophile, but we can't do that until we have the evidence. And it does seem to be a new dump coming down the pipe tonight. I don't know if it changes anything. It just says that, well, it says mostly that Bill Clinton is a liar. Bill Clinton says, I have no identification with that guy. I don't know who he is, or I don't know anything. And meanwhile, it turns out he was on the plane 59 times, or 51 times. Right? So Bill Clinton is clearly lying, but what is he hiding? Right? If there's nothing to hide, then there's nothing to hide. By association, that's not guilt. It's not guilt. For rich people to hang out with each other is not necessarily guilt. So that's my thumbnail. It's my website. I have one. There we go. So every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Thursday, when it's not a holiday on a Monday or a Friday or a Thursday. We're here and we're live and we love it. And we're across all these other platforms, and we hope to stay here and be strong and be vocal throughout this election season without some jackoff trying to step on us. Something happened in Japan too, right? Wasn't there a fucking tsunami or something in Japan? I didn't follow that story, but there was an earthquake in Japan, and now they're on tsunami watch. I don't know much about the details. I missed that one. I missed that story. I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about it tomorrow. And also so also this too. March on Washington for Gaza. Now, I'm not a Palestinian. I'm not a Jew. I'm not an Israeli. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not an independent. I'm just a guy who thinks that something is wrong in Gaza. People in Gaza got fucking bombed and blown the hell up and pushed off their property. And it does look like there's a bunch of Hasids or some pile of Jews coming behind that pile to take their property forever. So I think there's going to be on this day, Saturday, next 2 Saturdays from now, Saturday, January 13th, at 1 p.m. on the Washington Mall in Washington, D.C., it's going to be a massive rally down there, and I would like to go to it. I'm petitioning. I'm a poor person at this point, poor person living in Northeast Pennsylvania, demonetized channel. If anybody out there, I'll do maybe another video completely on this, but petitioning to anybody, if you'd like to see this reporter, head down to Gaza, head down to Washington, D.C. It's a bit of a drive from here. I got like 4-hour drive. But I'd be happy to go there and do lots of on-ground interviews and really talk to people and see what they think of this, right? I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk to anybody who will talk to me on camera. I probably won't do it live because I just don't have that streaming technology really anymore, but I'll do a better version of it. I'll cut it all together when I get home and put it out there. I'll do a best of the interviews and any other footage that I might catch, because I think the Palestinian people that live here have a lot to say about it. They're not in Israel. They're not under the gun that if they say anything, something bad's going to happen to them. So I think that you're going to get a lot of honesty at this rally, and I would like to attend that. If you'd like to see me attend it, you can donate through Zelle or PayPal and Patreon. I'll certainly give you a mention. And again, this is no one-sided. Don't send me money and say you're a Jew and you want to see the Jews survive. You want to see a Jew-sided story. I see what I see, and that's the story I tell. I can't make up a story or fabricate one. I see what I see. And that's what I see, right? I might see the sympathetic Jew. I don't know what I'll see when I get there. That's why I'm going to go. But through Zelle, PayPal, Patreon, send it on. If I can scrape together some coinage, I'll go down there and certainly see it. Let's start here. This is fucked up, right? Now, America, a long time ago when I was a kid, the economies were moving towards these franchises, right? And people would say, well, Burger King, isn't that a job for like a teenager in transition, or some old retiree guy or some handicapped guy who can only use half of his fucking limbs to do anything? Right? But it turns out that became the center of the economy, right? Burger King, Staples, all the chains, right? And what do you get out of it? What do you get from donating your whole fucking life to a corporation like that, right? You would think something, right? Well, here's a guy, look at this. Burger King cook received measly gift after never missing a day of work for 27 years. Right? He buys a home through a fundraiser, right? He couldn't buy his own home. He worked in Burger King 27 years, never missed a day of work, right? What do you think he got? Well, this is what they gave him, right? The chain, after 27 years, they gave him this. They gifted him a backpack, a movie ticket, go to the movies by yourself with your backpack, and a Starbucks cup, and a mix of candy and chocolate. Wow, fucking 27 years, that's what he got. So he told that story, and it turns out, he's in Nevada, and it turns out that through the goodness of people's hearts, they raised $400,000 for him, and he bought himself a almost 1,000 square foot house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, on the back of the sympathetic people that saw him. But the point, I guess the obvious point is, after 27 years of working at Burger King and never missing a day, this guy wasn't even close to being able to become a home owner. Right. So when you say, guaranteed minimum wage, oh, fuck you, man, work harder. No. See, this became the mainstream economy. There is nothing else really out there. You go to college and what do you get? You wind up working in Starbucks anyway, right? Or you work in you sell your ass to Google, right? And nobody ever sees you again. You work fucking 90 hours a week. Right? They own your ass. But anyway, that's fucked up, right? So here he is. This is a guy, right? 27 years. He got himself a fucking Starbucks cup and some chocolate and a movie ticket and a backpack. And so people scraped the money together, GoFundMe, and he got himself a house. What a great story, right? Great story. There he is, working his ass off. Probably makes a fucking great burger, right? That guy makes a fantastic hamburger. So down in Philly, this is a tough video to watch. Here's one junkie shooting up another junkie, right? Here's the junkie. The article says she just got out of rehab 2 weeks ago, and she's right back out on the street. And she picks another junkie, to shoot her up in the neck. Gives him a few dollars. But watch the scene. This is going on in the street, right? This woman is so, determined to get high. Here's the police. And everybody's living in fucking, look at this. There's something wrong here, right? So there's something not right about America when you see these images. Look at this. Look at this. This guy can't even keep his eyes open. He doesn't even know what fucking planet he's on. And this woman's instilling him to shoot him up in the neck. It's crazy, right? So Miss Vasquez's neck was so badly bruised, she appeared to have been viciously strangled. But her wounds weren't from the clutching hands of a sadistic killer. They were self-inflicted. The dark brown, yellow, and purple marks covering Vasquez's throat, she told the Post, were track marks from countless injections of fentanyl, cocaine, and tranq that she paid other drug users known as hitters to administer. See, I can't hit myself. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to hit myself. I'm a junkie, but I don't know how to hit myself. And she hires some other junkie to hit her. The dark brown, yellow, and purple marks covering Vasquez's throat, she told the Post, were track marks. I already read that. She says, quote, "I need a hit." She calmly yelled out to a man who was hunched over and showing clear signs of being on tranq, like so many others in Philly, Kensington area. The man stumbled over to Vasquez, who handed him a few dollars, some drugs, and a syringe. So this is what's going on in Kensington. Look at him neck. She's got a all black and blue neck from having junkies stick her with a needle and paying them to do it. The man flopped down next to her, and so there you go. It's gruesome, right? This is a gruesome fucking reality, right? Look at this guy, right? This guy is like with a cigarette in his mouth, and bruises and fucking dirt and every other shit, probably shit on his hands, and he's sticking her in the neck. And now she's happy. She's laying down. I'm happy, thank you. I love your service. I'll be back later. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way to deal with this. There's something not right about this when you see it in a country like America. There has to be a societal fix for this. Because it's not necessarily, obviously, it's not necessarily the drug killing the person. It's the lifestyle. Who would you rather have shoot you in the neck? Some guy from, with a medical suit on, some fucking nurse assistant, or you want this jerk off doing it, right? The drug is going. But that's the point. The point is that there's a societal problem here, right? If this lady falls down from this shot, it's 32 degrees out. You can freeze your balls up. People think you're like, you just don't worry about it. It's just taking a nap. It's 32 degrees out, and you're fucking sleeping, and you could die. You could die of hypothermia like that easily, right? Because you can't protect yourself. You're unconscious and you die. I was going to say you wake up dead, but you're dead. Right? So, what's the solution here? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but it's definitely a problem, and it's definitely very, very visible on a quick pass. This is not a normal leg, right? This is not what your leg is supposed to look like. Right? If your leg looks like this, there's something wrong. I'll shoot you up. Oh, I fucking love it. Look at the guy's hands. Look at the guy's hands. The guy's hands. He's dead already. The guy's already dead. She's got a dead guy shooting her up. Is that her? Oh, there she is. She's happy now. That's her. That's her. A moment later. Oh, man. I fucking love this shit. What a disaster. What a what a disgusting, despicable revelation in America that people are here and this is happening and no one has any way to stop it or intervene in a positive way. Right? And I know people say, "Oh, just let them die. They're fucking junkies. They don't care. They don't care, and nobody cares about them. Just let them die. Let them die. I don't give a shit. Why are you so sympathetic to the junkies?" I don't know. I'm not sympathetic. It's America. It's a problem. Right? It's definitely a problem that you can see with your own eyes. So on a positive note, what a way to spend New Year's Eve. There they are, Coney Island, jumping in the ocean. Here we go. Let's go. He's blowing his conch. See, now that's what I would be. That's what I would be doing. I'm gonna can the music because the music is not allowed to be played. If you get Monet, it's gonna get scratched. So here they are. That's what I would be doing right there. I'd be. You gotta break a sweat. Now you jump in. Hey, now you jump in. Cold like a mofo. 32 degrees. 32 degrees. Kid's like, what the fuck, man? It's too cold here. Woo! See, look at the beach. There's no cars. There's no fires. There's no way to warm up other than running around in a circle. It's too cold. It's too cold for this. It's not too cold for that. Blue sky. The sun was out. But you need a car. You need some kind of vehicle to warm yourself up or a fire on the beach, right? They didn't do that. They do it every year. Jump in. I went there one year. I'm telling you. I went there and I was there like an hour early. And by the time, and I was full, I was in fucking winter clothes, totally bundled up. And an hour standing on the beach in the wind, I was freezing. I was like, I want to get out of here. Can we get on with the show already? And then people started jumping in the water after freezing for an hour. They were standing there with me. Right? That's the point. There's nowhere to hide in Coney Island. There's nowhere to get warm other than a train station like 3 blocks away. And you're still not warm. You know, it's an outside train station. Anyway, it is tradition. It's big tradition there. You can take about 5 minutes of that, man. 5 minutes. Think the bell is open. Oh my God, the market is open. Holy shit. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. We're opening, looks like we're opening down right now. Yeah. So the NASDAQ is, NASDAQ down 134. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 139. S&P 500 down 26. Now, again, the S&P 500 is breaking out to new highs, 4,743. Jamie Dimon called it. He said 4,700 by the year's end. He did it. He was right again. Dow Jones Industrial Average was 38,000 as of Friday. Now it's 37.5, still very, very high. NASDAQ creeping down slightly right now. You've got NASDAQ down 130. Probably going to bounce right back. All this is going to bounce back. The markets are enjoying an upward trajectory right now. Look at the let's look at the big board. Nvidia down 250 to $492 a share. Google down 45 cents. Apple down $4.50 to 187. That's significant. Why is Apple down 2.5% in the morning? Amazon up slightly, 34 cents. Meta down $1. Microsoft down 27 cents. Things are flashing really fast right now. Shit is moving. Tesla is up 80 cents. The military industrial complex, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing are mixed. Boeing is down 3. Lockheed Martin up $1.50. Moderna, how about the injection stocks? The stocks that give you the holy injection. Not the injection on Kensington, in Kensington and Philly, but the injection, the vaccination, the thing that keeps you healthy and happy. Johnson & Johnson is up 63 cents. Moderna up $2.85. That's a nice move. And Pfizer up 17. So it looks like a slight pullback in the markets today. A little red, a little on the red side. And that's to be expected because everything is really, really high up. So stop complaining. Anyway, what do we got here? So Biden. I want to talk about Biden. Hard to believe, right? Joe Biden. Do you ever think that you would live to the day where poor people and blacks and immigrants would be flocking to Trump for president? You ever think that would happen? Well, it has happened. It seems that it's happening in real time. Biden rings in New Year with black, Hispanic, young voters abandoning him. Holy shit. What happened, Joe? Tell me it ain't true. President Biden is heading into 2024 with a large coalition of voters leaving him behind, the poll released Monday shows. USA Today and Suffolk University poll indicates that the president is trailing Trump 37% to 39% due to his inability to hold down the coalition of voters that propelled him in 2020. The 81-year-old incumbent is hemorrhaging support from black, young, and Hispanics. Among black voters, Biden's support has declined. This is significant right now. Black voters, Biden's support declined to 63%, down from 87%. Now that's a plunge. That is a plunge in black vote. You want to tell me that 87% of people of a certain feather voted for Biden, and now his popularity is down to 63? Those types of numbers don't move dramatically. They move by like a point or two or three, not fucking 22 points. So if this poll is any indication, I would say Biden's got a black problem. Biden has a bad black problem. He's still ahead of Trump by 12% in that demographic. But that's the demographic that pushes him over the top. Remember, all the cities, that's where a guy like Joe Biden wins. They win in the cities where there's all blacks and they cheat and nobody complains. Right? No, they don't cheat. It's not cheating. It's just outmaneuvering. We don't say cheat. We don't say cheat when we talk about polls. That's or elections. That's just figure of speech. That's not real. Because that's that to say that these distinguished women and these gentlemen and women politicians are dishonest is just how could you say that? Voters under 35 and Hispanics jumped to support Trump, with the former president leading in both demographics. That is unfucking believable. Think about it. Hispanics, who Trump says build a wall, and Mexico is going to pay for it, and people under 35 who fucking hate Republicans are voting for Trump. All right? All the Bernie people. Right? So there's Joe. Joe don't know what to do, man. Look how many layers he's got on. Joe's all bundled up. Biden slips in key demographics spells bad news for his re-election campaign, as other recent polls show him struggling to beat Trump in several swing states. President's approval numbers remain underwater. According to a new poll, merely 39% of voters said they approved of Biden's job in the Oval Office. 58% disapproval rating. So that's all I really wanted to talk about was that this number right here, this black number. In 2020, allegedly, Biden got 87% of the blacks. And now, according to the polls, only got 63%. That is a tsunami. Right? That's a tsunami, right? A year out, it might go down to... Look, if half the blacks in the country vote for Trump, Trump's the president. Because 99% of the whites in the middle of the country, who all these liberal Democrats have been shitting on for the last 8 years, or 5 years, or 4 years, for the past, they're all gonna vote for Trump anyway. Right? So Trump's your favorite. Trump is your favorite, and the polls are now starting to confirm it. So let's look at what we have on. Let's see what we have on Bill Clinton. Is Bill Clinton going to go to jail? I don't think so. Are we going to find out anything new about Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Clinton's affection to teenage girls? And as a reminder, the age of the teenagers, girls, was between 14, I think 14, maybe one was 14, and then 15 to 18. That's who was on Lolita Island. Now, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying that in most of the free world, that is really not a crime. Even in Italy, even in England, the age of consent, I believe, is 15. Right? So it is in our view, in a quintessential American view, it's considered statutory rape, raping a child under 17, but under 18. But for example, one of them, the one that schmoozed with the Prince Albert, the Prince Andrew, right? She was 17 years old. If that was England, if they were in England, that wouldn't have been a crime. But he did that on, I guess, American soil, right? Or where the laws. Anyway, right? I'm not justifying the activity. I'm just pointing it out that this age group with women is not really globally considered a bad fucking thing. Jeffrey Epstein's their children here. I know. Jeffrey Epstein's old flight logs showing trips by President Clinton and Trump resurface ahead of big document dump. So it looks like old flight logs revealing that former President Bill Clinton and Donald Trump took trips on Jeffrey Epstein's famed Lolita Express resurfaced Monday on the anticipated eve of the bombshell court records dump. I don't know. If in this scenario right here, if you're to say that Bill Clinton is a pedophile because he was schmoozing with Epstein, then in the same breath, based on the same evidence, you would have to say that Donald Trump is a pedophile schmoozing with Jeffrey Epstein. And I don't think that that's the case. I think that the case is both Trump and Bill Clinton are media whores. They like a guy like Jeffrey Epstein, who knows important people, who has a lot of money, who has a private jet, who his sole business is to schmooze and cruise with people like you, Bill Clinton. Right. So I think it's more about that until we have solid evidence, a credible person that was either there and saw it, or the person themselves who it was done to. Has Bill Clinton ever raped a teenager? Well, if there is a teenager out there, come forward and we'll find out. So Bill Clinton has mentioned more than 50 times in documents related to the 2015 lawsuit of Virginia Giuffre. She's the one that Prince Andrew swung. She was 17. The flight, and again, Jeffrey Epstein's already dead, right? There's no witness. The flight logs publicly available made the rounds on social media. Look, I'm done with this. There's no meat on this bone, right? There's no meat on the bone, right? What did Bill Clinton whoop-de fucking do? There's a shot with Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was a lucrative Jew climbing the ladder in New York. Everybody knew him. He knew everybody. Was he using teenagers to bait rich guys to booby trap them and to, doing what he wanted them to do? Probably. There's probably a lot of extortion going on there. But did Bill Clinton fall for it? I don't think so. As of now, I don't think so. Did Bill Clinton kill everybody involved to make sure nobody knew about it? Clinton has been photographed on the jet numerous times and had Epstein as a guest to the White House on at least 17 occasions. 17 occasions Jeffrey Epstein was at the White House. 17 times. All right. There was a relationship there, but what was that relationship? All right. Did Jeffrey Epstein ever get him to do it? Did Jeffrey Epstein ever compromise Bill Clinton? That's what we want to know. And, Jeffrey Epstein being dead and all, he's definitely dead, or he's not. He's at least allegedly dead, which means we'll never see him again. He's the only person that can confirm that Bill Clinton and him were in a child trafficking operation. Right? Bill Clinton just had to have it. I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. I don't see the evidence. All I see is a bunch of celebrity photos clicking together. But we'll find out what's going to come down the pipe today. Looks like Trump is in there too. Trump's in the mix. There's the flight records do show that. Look, the Epstein. Definitely Bill Clinton took trips on Epstein's Lolita Express many times, but it wasn't to the island per se. It says in this article somewhere that they went to Bangkok, they went to other destinations. They didn't just go, Paris, Bangkok, Brunei. They were all over the world, right? Who would look? They know who Bill Clinton is, right? Bill Clinton. We agree that Bill Clinton will take anything for free. If you give Bill Clinton something for free, he's going to take it. And if the phone rings and Bill Clinton and it's Jeffrey Epstein on the phone, hey Bill, we're gonna fly to Bangkok for 3 days. You want to come? All right, we'll send a jet to your house, and then we'll get on the other. We'll take the jet. We'll swing by and pick you up. That's what they'll do, right? That's what. Fucking Bill Clinton's on the beach in Texas somewhere, right, soaking up the rays, and he gets to call Jeffrey Epstein. Bill, go to the airport. We'll pick you up. We're going to Bangkok. Who's going to say no to that? Right? Who's going to say no to that? Epstein was smart. He was savvy. He was like he knew how to lure these guys in, right? And you're getting on the plane with all the celebrities. You're going to Bangkok. You got fucking tug and pull, whatever you're doing there, right? Some young boy. Now, again, as I said earlier, whatever goes on in Bangkok stays in Bangkok. Nothing is ever going to come out of Bangkok that implicates any of these guys, right? Because that's the nature of it's. It's ridiculous, really, in most of the world to say that an aging man, 50s and 60s and 70s, can't get a little piece of ass once in a while. That's how the rest of the world looks at it. Certainly in Paris, they do, right? They look at their leader and say, how come he doesn't have, more instances of swinging women? What is he, a homo? That's how most of the world sees sexual, contact, right? Go to South Korea, for example. Most of the young women talent, those dancers and fucking boy bands, they're all used by older men. That's how they got there. All right, that's my piece of ass up there. I hit that piece of ass, and now she's singing. I gave her permission to sing. Right? That's very, very common in the rest of the world. But in America, no. It's rape. It's statutory rape, and probably rightfully so. I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, let's see. Is the market coming back? Is the market coming back? Yeah. No, it's going down. No, market's going down. Market's going down. Sorry, guys. Sorry, man. You got a down day on Wall Street. Down day on Wall Street. Dow is down 82. NASDAQ is down a 1.5%. That's a fat decline right there in NASDAQ. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. Yeah, man. So back to really, if anybody knows anybody who's got a lot of money hanging around and wants to send me to Washington, I'll do it. I'll go. Just not a lot. I don't need a lot of money. Some gas, some food. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, oh, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, yeah. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Hare Rama, Hare